Hi everyone, welcome to Provisual Tutorials. In this video, I'll show you how you can place and showcase your design using Provisual and 3D mockups. I'll also explain why this is an important and very often an overlooked part of selling your design to a client. The process I'm going to show will help you save a lot of time. And as you know, time is the most critical asset not only for you, but also for business owners. So say goodbye to the never-ending revisions and instead, spend your free time exploring the 3D mockups and uplifting your presentations. In this video, I'm going to use pre-designed elements such as a brand logo, color palettes, and various shapes. Time to open a 3D mockup in Provisual to showcase your design in action and give your client a real idea of how their branding will look on the apparel, packaging, transport, devices, and on many other interesting objects. Let's see how you can implement your creative ideas with 3D mockups. Let's navigate to the 3D Models section and select an object for our tutorial. The library contains a vast variety of high-quality 3D mockups, and it gets updated weekly. In this tutorial, we will learn how to customize the 3D mockup of the flag on a pole. I think this one is what we need. Okay, let's create a new project. On the left side of the window that has just opened, you can see the panel with scenes. Here you can create new variations of the 3D mockup, each with different design, materials, and environment settings. You will be able to add the new ones and delete the ones you don't need. Below, in the scene elements, we see the structure of the 3D model, where all separate elements are grouped into the folders. On the right side of the screen, you can see the design layers, where you can add your design and work with each design layer separately. Below, you can find the panel with the setup of the material you select. At the bottom of the viewing window, there is a toolbar which you can use to perform quick actions with the 3D model, some of which we will cover in this tutorial. To see more useful features and possibilities of Provisual, you can go to the Tutorials panel by clicking on the corresponding icon at the lowermost toolbar. Here's how the default setup of our highly detailed flag 3D model looks like in Provisual. Let's change the lighting of the 3D model. We can do it through the Environment tab. You can also change the lighting by selecting a different HDRI map from Provisual's extensive gallery. Let's find the HDRI map for our project. I think this one is exactly what we're after. Now let's set up a drop shadow. I'd like to make it darker. Great, let's start editing. Now I'm going to add the unique design to the flag. To add the design, click on the Add Design button on the Design Layers panel. You can also download a UV map and create your design layout in another editor. Let's add our custom design to the object. In this window, we see the editor, where we can move and modify our design. Here on the left, the position of our design on the 3D model is always displayed in real time. It's amazing how easy it is in Provisual, saving the design. Now let's add some color to other parts of our mockup. Let's start with the header. On the Design panel, select the background layer to make it active. Now I'm going to change the color. You can either select or customize the color using the color palette, or enter the color code manually, like this. Next, we will add a bright color to the seams. Now we can set up the pole parts. You can either pick this pole part from the Parts folder, or just double-click right on the model. So easy! Let's also add a color to the finial. Now I'm going to open the color settings of the pole and make it a bit darker. Next, I'm going to add some highlights in the materials settings. Next up, we will add some highlights to the stationary truck as well. halyard needs a pop of color too. Bolt should be a bit darker. Now let's copy this material and apply it to the flag shapes. Okay, now I'll open the lower part of the model and I'll make the flash collar a bit darker. Like this. And the cleat, on the contrary, should look brighter to go well with the halyard. Great, looks amazing. The presentation of the flag design is done. To complete our presentation and show it to the client, we need to add a nice background. We have lots of pre-made background options in Provisual. We can choose a solid fill as the background, or we can go for a gradient fill. Here we can select the colors and also set the direction of the fill, linear or radial. You can also pick one of the pre-designed backgrounds that we've prepared for you, or add your own image. Let's add one. Excellent. In Provisual, you can turn on moving lights to see how the light enhances the shape and texture of the 3D model. Rotate the 3D model to see how the design looks in motion. Saving the project. After you've completed your design, you can share it with everyone by clicking the Share button. You'll get a shareable link to open the interactive viewer with your 3D model. Share it with colleagues, friends, or clients. And that's the end of our tutorial on designing flag with pole 3D mockup. We hope this has been helpful for you. See you in the upcoming tutorials.